Coming up on News Live at 6, LGBTQ History Month celebrates its kickoff here at Syracuse.
Plus, a shopping town is on its way back to Syracuse, bringing food, shopping, and fun. More later in the show.
And the results are in. The Student Association election came to a close this weekend. What that means for the student body. The news begins right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Hello and welcome to CitrusTV News Live at 6. I'm John Perik.
And I'm Jake Morel. Yesterday marked the kickoff event of LGBTQ+ History Month for Syracuse students. Our reporter Morel is in studio to break down how the students of LGBTQ+ community feel here on campus. Morel?
Jake, it's good to be here, and students are very excited to celebrate Syracuse's 22nd year of LGBTQ+ History Month. And according to the LGBTQ+ Resource Center, 1 out of 5 students on campus identify as part of the LGBTQ+ community. So it's important to spread awareness for this community to feel safe on campus. Not only does October signify the start of fall, but also the start of LGBTQ History Month here at Syracuse. The LGBTQ Resource Center celebrates students in the community all month long, providing a safe space for students to be loud and proud of who they are with exciting events. But the question of do students feel safe and heard on campus still remains.
Pride Month is technically June, and no one is ever in school in June, and so I think making October LGBTQ Month allows representation within the school year, and it also just really does involve everybody, because the thing is, a lot of people don't realize this, but allies are part of LGBTQ+. So it does not just involve those that are part of the community, but also support the community.
Specifically, this month is a month of celebration, representation, just being proud of who you are. I was invited by a friend last year to some events and got introduced to the community, and I'm just really glad to be here this year. I went to the Halloween ball. That was really interesting. I met some of my best friends currently there, so.
There's sometimes that, obviously it's not the most safe, but I have found my community and it's nice. A lot of my friends are also identify as part of the community, so it's nice having people that you can reach out to. Even if there's a lot of bad things still going on, there is still a lot of positive that we can hope for.
Syracuse student EJ Figueroa tells me that hate is old, but we are older and will continue to improve here at Syracuse. This is Morel for CitrusTV News. Back to you guys.
Maura, thank you, and we apologize for some audio difficulties right now. LGBTQ+ Month actually began yesterday with a kickoff event in Shine Student Center. But events continued today with a cafe gathering for Hispanic students and a STEM event. Tomorrow, the festivities continue with a Parents Affinity Group meeting and more. Events will last throughout the month of October. Students can register on the Syracuse University LGBTQ+ History Month website.
And 19 new members have been inaugurated into the Syracuse University Student Association. The organization held a meeting yesterday to welcome their new members following last week's election. The election saw just a 2.8% student body voter turnout, about half of what it was last fall.
Syracuse University's Office of Veteran and Military Affairs hosted a celebration at the National Veterans Resource Center today. The event was held to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the desegregation of the U.S. Armed Forces. Retired Navy Rear Admiral Cedric Pringle gave his remarks in the KGTN auditorium. And Shoppingtown could be making its way back to Syracuse with stores, restaurants, and a movie theater. CitrusTV reporter Caitlin Campbell breaks down the future plans. Caitlin, good evening.
John, good evening. The Shoppingtown Mall in DeWitt was once the highlight of town. Fit for all of one's shopping needs, this was the place. Until it wasn't. For a few years now, you've probably noticed the abandoned mall in DeWitt on Erie Boulevard. Well, it's coming back.
Shoppingtown is making its return to Syracuse with a $400 million revamp. The project has been in talk now for a few years, but is supposedly getting started. Deputy Supervisor Town of DeWitt, Carrie Manian, shares the journey so far.
Technology has really changed how people shop. People no longer wanted to walk around shopping malls and spend time in shopping malls because technology has allowed us so many more opportunities. And there are a few legal issues that need to be ironed out, but hopefully within the next 6 to 12 months, this gets underway. it will end up being, I think, the nicest project in Onondaga County.
In order to get this project up and going, a team of local developers was assembled, including Redev CNY, whose Ryan Benz tells us why local developers were excited to take on this project.
So what we're looking to do is heighten the experience of Central New York. It's really the wholesale demolition of the existing mall. As I said, it's about 70 acres. We're proposing over 900 residential units that will come on site, a wonderful mix of entertainment and new commercial uses, including bringing back a movie theater.
SU sophomore Sophie Katz shares her excitement for the new upgraded shopping option.
In layman's terms, it sucks. It's just great anytime I'm able to get off campus, especially when like it's something active and a new place. So
Now, last night, the DeWitt Town Council met to discuss the last bit of zoning work for this space, and the Down Deputy Mannion told me that the updated zoning was approved, which means it will hopefully break ground in the next 6 months. In studio, I'm Caitlin Campbell. Guys, back to you.
Caitlin, thank you. And you know, I walked outside this morning, and you know what I thought? I thought, wow, great news for my co-anchor, John Perik,
no,
who
it's
is
not just
the
great news.
biggest fall hater that I know.
Oh, it's beyond great news. I was playing Joy to the World. Finally, at last, I've been praying for it. Give me those 80-degree temps, and they're here. Brandon Myers is also with us tonight. Oh my gosh, does it look beautiful outside. I wish I was out there instead of in here. Brandon, I hope these warm temperatures are here to stay.
Well, guys, I know we argue almost every single week between our love for summer versus our love for fall. You can see behind me, the leaves are already starting to change, so we're definitely getting into our fall energy, our fall vibes, but our temperatures don't really show that right now. So I gotta say, this week, John, you win. Summer is back, temporarily, of course. Let's take a look at our temperature right now. So right now, it's 79 degrees. It's sunny as with 5-mile-per-hour winds. Looking now across our region, we're pretty much seeing low to high 70s all over, everywhere you go, even reaching 80 in Elmira. Later tonight, though, it's going to be cooling off just a little bit, going down to 68 degrees with 1-mile-per-hour winds, but we're not really seeing any clouds just yet. So I got to say, it's perfect temperature to come outside. Not too hot, not too cold, although I gotta admit, I am starting to sweat. So I'm gonna be back in studio in just a few moments with your full 5-day forecast. Guys?
And thank you. We're excited to get you back here in studio. Maybe you could cool off. But a traffic alert for the area this afternoon. Maintenance crews will be working on bridge repairs along I-81 and I-481 northbound. Lane closures will be in effect between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. on weekdays. This construction will be in preparation for the snow and ice this winter, and the work is projected to continue through the end of November.
And it's deja vu. Yeah, for the second time this week, a trucker hit the Onondaga Lake Parkway Bridge. It all happened just after 11 today. Pieces of the truck's roof were torn off in the collision. This comes just 6 days after a different truck hit the bridge. That driver receiving at least 6 tickets for going past multiple signs with the bridge's clearance height posted.
And starting today, the city of Syracuse is offering a free internet service to low-income residents. Mayor Ben Walsh held a launch ceremony this morning celebrating the new service and giving income-eligible residents the opportunity to sign up. The program was authorized last spring with over $3 million in funding, and the city has been working with Geneva-based community Broadband Networks to install the service in the south and near west sides.
And a missing Watertown teen has thankfully been found tonight. 14-year-old James Kriegel has been missing since last week. This morning, Watertown City Police now say the teen was found in good condition, and Watertown Police are also saying that they're very thankful for the help of local residents.
And new details tonight on 9-year-old Charlotte Santa, who went missing early this week. New York State law enforcement officials have revealed the kidnapper suspect as 49-year-old Craig Ross Jr. Santa was found and returned to her family in good health after a ransom note was left in the family's mailbox at the cabin in the state park they were staying at early on Monday morning. Fingerprints found on the note led police to Ross Jr. Governor Kathy Hochul released a statement after Santa was found, thanking law enforcement and providing her condolences to the family.
And coming up, history made in the House, how the House Speaker got fired, and what happens next. That story after the break.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go.
Excellent. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family.
Yeah!
Oh, I thought you were on my team.
You're watching Citrus TV News live at 6 with Jake Morel, John Perik, and Brandon Myers. Now, your campus news leader continues.
Breaking news tonight out of the nation's capital. Kevin McCarthy out as Speaker of the House. How did this happen? Who will replace him? A lot of questions tonight. Well, our political reporter Luke Radel is in studio for us. Luke, please tell me you have some answers.
John, in times like these, we're often left with a lot more questions than answers. The folks walking the halls on Capitol Hill tonight don't even know who their next speaker is going to be themselves. So how did we get here? Let me take you back to 1 year ago today. The vice chair of the House Select Committee on January 6th came to visit Syracuse University. Liz Cheney was kicked out of her leadership position by Kevin McCarthy for her condemnation of Donald Trump and other election deniers in the GOP. At that event, Cheney told the crowd at the Shine Student Center, quote, "I think it has to be said that the current leadership of the Republican Party in Congress are not leading. Our history is characterized by moments where people put the country first." Though she didn't mention him by name, she was talking about Kevin McCarthy, and in a way foreshadowing how the current makeup of the GOP House is not designed to govern. Flash forward to today, 1 year later, where McCarthy faced a simple majority vote to oust him from the Speaker's chair. In order to survive, McCarthy needed Democrats to cross the aisle and vote to save him. An unlikely proposition to begin with, but to seal the deal, Democrats got a recent call from a familiar face. According to ABC News, in an ultimate act of karma, a Democratic congressman told colleagues that Liz Cheney called them today and told them that they should get rid of McCarthy as the Speaker, the very same man who got rid of her from Congress. Guys, Kevin McCarthy lost today by a vote of 216 to 10. There is currently no Speaker of the House.
Luke, history happening today. And Luke, the outcome of this vote is pretty shocking. It seems like a surprise to McCarthy himself. Let's take a look at what he had to say about this just 48 hours ago.
Kevin McCarthy, he says he's coming for you. Can you survive?
Yes, I'll survive. You know, this is personal with Matt. He's more interested in securing TV interviews than doing something. He wanted to push us into a shutdown, even threatening his own district with all the military people there who would not be paid, only because he wants to take this motion. So be it. Bring it on. Let's get over with it, and let's start governing.
Wow. Luke, who is responsible for McCarthy being ousted?
Yeah, obviously Kevin McCarthy not expecting this, saying that he'll survive, and then today losing in the House. I think we could take a look here at the 8 faces. Those 8 Republicans sided with Democrats today in order to vote out McCarthy. You see South Carolina's Nancy Mace up there in the top left, Tim Burchett, Eli Crane, Matt Gaetz, Andy Biggs, Ken Buck, Bob Good, and Matt Rosendale. Those are the 8 folks in the Republican conference who said that McCarthy shouldn't be their leader anymore, but it's not clear tonight, Jake, who they would support to replace him.
All right, so Luke, where do we go from here? What's next?
Yeah, John, so remember way back in January when we had a similar speaker fight on the House floor where they kept taking vote after vote after vote and how we ended up with McCarthy in the first place? That's expected to happen again. Now, it won't happen tonight. They've adjourned for the evening. All the House members get to go home. But at some point in the next couple of days, they're going to need to come back and figure out who the speaker is going to be. John, there's no clear alternatives in play for who could be the Speaker of the House. It can be any member of the House or any person outside the House. John, you could be the Speaker of the House by the end of the week and probably have a better chance of becoming Speaker again than Kevin McCarthy. It doesn't seem clear that McCarthy has a path out of this. I think he's going to end up being a very historical and short-lived Speaker of the House.
Well, Luke, I guess we will wait and see. Brandon Myers, what's coming up next on weather?
Coming up after the break, your full 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
Welcome to my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
It's not the CitrusTV Weather Center. We're back here at the desk, but FEMA and the FCC are conducting a nationwide test of the emergency alert system and wireless emergency alerts tomorrow. The test will be sent out to all phones, radios, and televisions at 2:20 p.m.
Jake, the purpose of these tests are to ensure that these systems continue to be effective means of warning the public about emergencies. So if you get a notification, again, it's a test. And we talked about weather at the beginning of the show. Let's talk about it again. I love the weather outside. I despise fall. I DESPISE despise fall. So these summer temperatures, they're hitting the spot.
You know, John, I have to disagree. I love the fall. We know this, but you are correct. It's hot out. Upstate New York could see record high temperatures this week as a strong high pressure system allows in some unseasonal sunlight. Temperatures were in the 80s today and are predicted to reach the mid to upper 80s tomorrow.
Well, that sounds absolutely wonderful to me. I would love to hear more, and it's a good thing that we are joined by our weather anchor, Brandon Myers, who has all the information. Brandon, you know I want to hear some good news.
Well, John, I got good news and more. Let's take a look here at our 5-day forecast. Wednesday, it's going to be sunny, very similar to today with a high of 87 and a low of 63. Thursday, we're seeing some clouds come in. It's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 82 and a low of 64. Friday, unfortunately, though, we are seeing some storms in the afternoon with a high of 75 and a low of 59. Over the weekend, though, it's not really looking too good either. Rain is going to continue into Saturday with a high of 61 and a low of 47. And then Sunday, even more rain with a high of 52 and a low of 42. Now, John, I know you are a little outnumbered in this 2's News cruise, but don't worry, I'm going to make it up to you here. I'm going to help you plan out your week a little bit. So which day of the week is going to be the best for you? Well, it is going to be Wednesday. Wednesday, it's going to be perfectly sunny. It's going to be perfectly sunny with a high in the 80s. But what are you going to do? Well, here you got a list of a bunch of different activities you can do. Go golfing, look for stories, and finally go to a rooftop bar. Enjoy your Wednesday, John. Guys.
Oh my God.
Hey, Brandon, John, and Jake. Coming up next in sports, a great chance for the men's soccer team to get back on track. Plus, we saw the SU football team slump on Saturday, but some former SU stars shine on Sunday. We'll talk more after the break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching News Live at 6.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
From outside SU Soccer Stadium on South Campus, welcome to sports. I'm Peter Elliott. How about a chance for the SU men's soccer team to right the ship? The 7th-ranked Orange taking the pitch at the top of the hour after a loss on the road on Friday. They just couldn't keep pace with number 21 Duke falling 5-3 in Durham. But they've got a chance to right the ship here tonight as they welcome an in-state foe in Colgate. Head coach Ian McIntyre will be the first person to tell you that there is no such thing as an easy win in college soccer. But for the Orange, this looks like this might be the most beatable team remaining on their schedule. Colgate is just 3-6-1 on the season and hasn't won a game in more than 2 weeks. And the CNY series goes all the way back to the 1920s, but SU has owned the Raiders as of late. These two teams have played 8 times in the last decade, but SU has gone 7-0-1, outscoring the Raiders 18-1 in those 8 matches. Still, SU has struggled this season against in-state foes. The Orange squeezed past Albany in early December and fell to Cornell 2-1 on the road 2 weeks ago. So how did the Orange win this one? Well, they've got to convert on their corner kicks. Syracuse leads the country in corner kicks per game. It had 8 against the Blue Devils on Friday. Also, run the offense through senior midfielder Giorgio Kuchevsky. The Liverpool native has had a foot in each of SU's last 5 goals, scoring once and pitching in 4 assists. You can watch the game live on ACC Network Extra at 7 o'clock. And be sure to follow our CitrusTV men's soccer beat reporter Adam Gotkin on X at Adam_Gotkin. Well, if it wasn't evident on Saturday, things have gotten real for the Syracuse football team. They got peeled 31-14 by the Clemson Tigers, and quarterback Cade Klubnik had a big part in that. Well, SU not getting any rest this upcoming Saturday as they face another tough gunslinger and UNC quarterback Drake May. He's expected to be one of the top picks in this year's upcoming NFL draft, and Dino Babers agrees with that assessment. Listen to what he had to say about Drake May in his press conference on Monday.
No, this will be the best quarterback we played this year. This guy is different. He's going to be an NFL guy, and he's what makes that team go on offense. And he gets his playmakers the ball in situations where they can make plays, and that's the reason why they're a very explosive team. They score a lot of points.
Well, here's the worry for Syracuse going up against such a good quarterback in Drake May. According to Syracuse.com's Nate Mink, the Orange have played 13 games against ACC quarterbacks who have gone on to be first-round picks like Lamar Jackson, Jameis Winston, Trevor Lawrence. Syracuse has lost in every single one of those games. We'll see if Syracuse can buck that trend on Saturday. They may, get it? Sorry for that pun. Well, the Orange take the field at 3:30 in Chapel Hill. Well, Drake May looks like he'll be starring in an NFL jersey on Sundays next fall. Well, how about the Orange alumni who currently play on Sundays this fall? Let's take a look around the NFL to see the Orange alumni who are shining in the NFL.
I'll tell you what, though, Zaire Franklin, he laid the boom.
Just like he did when he wore orange. Linebacker Zaire Franklin forcing a fumble on Sunday for Indianapolis and recording 12 tackles and half a sack. His former head coach Dino Babers had high praise for the league's leading tackler on Monday.
I mean, once you meet the guy and you watch him, he's not normal. There's not a lot of people like him. When you see a guy like that, you're not going to cut him. In fact, what you want to do is duplicate him.
Across the pond, Andre Sisco was collecting for Jacksonville.
Down the middle, through another pick. Oh my goodness, Andre Sisco to safety, up and moving.
The third-year veteran nabbing his second interception of the season. The safety also made 4 tackles. He's the Jaguars' second leading tackler this season. There were other SU stars in action on Sunday. Notably, though, Sean Tucker did not see the field against New Orleans. He's probably not pleased with the playing time he's gotten so far this season. He's the Bucs' third-string running back, and he's toted the rock 15 times for just 23 yards. Well, we just met up with head coach Ian McIntyre as he heads off to SU Soccer Stadium. We'll let him get to the game as the Orange get set to take on the Raiders here at the top of the hour. That'll do it from sports from outside SU Soccer Stadium. I'm Peter Elliott. We'll have one last look at your wake-up weather after the break.
Welcome to an excellent episode of Live from Studio B.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. Taking a look now at our wake-up weather. It's going to be 61 degrees and sunny. Moving on now to the photo of the day. As you can see, everyone is clearly enjoying the lovely temperatures. I know, John, you are for sure. As you can see, everyone's outside, certainly enjoying the day. Guys?
Yeah, Brandon and I actually had class outside. It was awesome. Well, it's October, right? Now that means many of us are looking for a spooky getaway for some Halloween fun. I'm not. But here in upstate New York, we are in luck because America's most haunted hotel, it's just a few miles away.
Fainting Goat Island Inn in Nichols, New York, just 30 minutes east of Elmira, topped USA Today's 10 best list of haunted hotels for the second year in a row. Sounds spooky, guys.
Yeah. This is not my thing. I don't like haunted houses. I don't like any of that.
I gotta go.
We're going together.
We're gonna go.
All right, you guys go. I'm going to play golf, but that's all the time we have for you today here on Citrus TV News.
For more of the latest, follow us at Citrus TV News on X or Instagram.
For all of us here, I'm John Perik.
And I'm Jake Morel. Have a great night, Syracuse.